I don't know. I'd say I'm reasonable.
Okay, that's completely unreasonable.
I'm reasonable.
I'm unreasonable.
You have no idea just how reasonable I have been.
Reasonable synonyms are sensible, rational, practical, fair, appropriate.
Fitting, suitable, logical.
All things I would definitely say describe me.
Do they describe you?
Welcome to I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson.
I'm reasonable. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Welcome to another episode of I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. I am Zainab Johnson, and I am so glad to see you all again. Oh my God. Okay, we are 8 days. We are 8 days into 2025. How reasonable have you been? How reasonable have you been, you guys? Hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday season. I hope you guys enjoyed your New Year's, your New Year's. I was working so hard every time I wish someone a happy New Year. I was working so hard to not put the S on the end of that New Year because it's just one New Year, right? It's just one. It's only one. I was working so hard, but, you know, old habits die hard. I hope you guys enjoyed your time away from me. I saw messages. A few of y'all was like, are you still doing I'm Reasonable? And it's like, yeah, but I had to get missing on y'all because familiarity breeds contempt. So I said, let me get gone for a little while. Let them miss me so you can appreciate me. Also, I was traveling. I was dead tired. I was so many things, all leading to me needing a break. And so I did not just take a break from I'm Reasonable. I mean, but like a legit break. Like I didn't take a break in the middle of June. I didn't take a break in the middle of February. I took a break when everybody else was breaking as well. But now I'm back. I'm back like Nettie and all the Seeley's children when they came back from Africa. We here. Yo, the year started off crazy. I don't know the man's name. I did know it, but I don't know it anymore. The ISIS sympathizer that drove his SUV, his truck, into pedestrians on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. So sad. So sad. There was a Tesla truck that blew up in Vegas right outside of the Trump Hotel. Listen, off to a weary start. I mean, the legs is shaking, okay? The legs of 2025 shaking like Forrest when he first had his braces taken off. Them legs is shaking, okay? It's shaky. Anywho, what are we talking about today? I'm going to talk about Wicked a little bit more. I ain't really say what I wanted to say last time we spoke because I was trying not to spoil it for everybody, but we're going to get into, I have a take on Wicked that I'd like to discuss. You guys let me know if I'm reasonable or not. We're going to briefly talk about this whole Kendrick Lamar, Andrew Schultz thing. It ain't really a thing, no, because Kendrick is like, who? What? Where? When? Why? Huh? But we still going to talk about it a tiny bit. I also have a take on that. You guys let me know if it's reasonable. Denzel Washington got the Presidential Medal of Freedom. New York postal worker was stabbed to death by a girl in a bodega. He died. Now it's just like, what do we do? We're going to talk about it. We got the battle of the Megans. And I know y'all like, which Megans? McCain and Markle, the two Megans ain't nobody ever thinking about. But whatever, we're going to talk about it. Anything else? Oh, the Nebraska senator's husband who decided not to shake Kamala's hand. We'll touch on that just a little. It's like, come on, unsportsmanlike conduct, flag on the plate. You got to go. Whatever. It's so much bad news. It's so much bad news, you guys. I feel like the Wicked Witch of the West in Wiz. Oh yeah, in Wiz, not Wicked, in Wiz. Remember, she was like, "Don't nobody bring me no bad news." Now this is the Wiz. This ain't the Wizard of Oz. Okay, the Wizard of Oz music was like, it was pretty whack. It was you know, the Wiz though. Quincy Jones, right? Quincy Jones had the Wiz. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. No bad news. No bad news. Now that's a musical I could get behind. Because they wasn't just singing for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Every song had a purpose that I quite enjoyed. And in Ask Z, we got a car insurance issue. But first, as we always do, we got to talk about where you guys can see me live if you are so inclined, okay? Thank you, everybody that came out to all my shows in 2024. I really, really appreciate you guys. It's really reciprocal. It's really reciprocal. I cannot do this without you. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to listen to what y'all say, really. You know what I'm saying? If it's not positive, I'm be honest with you. If you come up to me and be like, I ain't really like that you said that, I'm not going to listen to you. All the positive feedback, I completely hear you. I'm pretty reasonable. So if you have something constructive, then cool. But like, if I just hit a nerve and you need to go to therapy, that's on you. But I cannot do this without you guys. So thank you so much for showing up to my live shows and watching this podcast. I really, really appreciate you guys. And let's do it bigger and better this year. I'm going to start selling merch, y'all. Right now, I got on my Tabitha Brown merch. Y'all know this the original. This one of her original slogans. Have a good day, and if you can't, don't go messing up nobody else's day. This one of the originals. But yeah, I'm going to start selling merch, y'all. Okay, where can you guys see me in 2025? So far on the schedule, we have, oh my God, tomorrow I'm going to be in North Carolina. And so is the snow. I'm going to be in North Carolina. I'm going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, January 9th. That is tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow I will be in Raleigh, North Carolina at Good Nights Comedy Club. So if you are in Raleigh, North Carolina, or you know anybody that is, go ahead and get those tickets. Come see your girl. Then right after that, I will be in Charlotte. I will be in the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina at the Comedy Zone for 2 shows. One show Friday, January 10th, and one show Saturday, January 11th. Come see me. Then the following week, I will be in Washington, D.C. Flags half-mast. What? R.I.P. Former President Jimmy Carter. I will be in Washington, D.C. January 16th through the 18th. I will be at the D.C. Comedy Loft. If you don't have those tickets, get those tickets January 16th, 17th, 18th, Washington, D.C. Then February 6th through the 8th, I will be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I feel like Pittsburgh was the backdrop to a lot of August Wilson plays. Pittsburgh, Chicago, Detroit. I feel like all of them like kind of Midwestern cities. Anyway, I'm going to be in Pittsburgh. And look at that. I'll be in Chicago right after. My voice got so high, right? I will be in Pittsburgh February 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then I'll be in Chicago, cold ass Chicago. Sometimes I'll be reading my schedule and it hits me like, oh no. I'm going to the city during the time that they'll have their most severe weather. But that's okay because we're going to be inside laughing to keep the heat in the room. I actually love Chicago. It's such a great city, but it's also such a great comedy city. So come out and see me in Chicago. Those shows are always fun. That is February 21st through the 23rd, February 21st, 22nd, 23rd. And then for one night only, March 8th, I will be in Tempe, Arizona. Then I'm heading to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, April 11th and 12th. April 13th, Portland, Maine. Yo, I added a New York City date. I added a New York City date. What's wrong with me? Now I'm sounding like a musical, just singing for no reason. I added a New York date, you guys. So save the date. Tickets are not on sale yet, but y'all know when those New York City tickets go on sale, they're going to fly off the shelf. They're going to fly off the shelf. The metaphorical shelf. They're going to fly off the metaphorical shelf. So go ahead and get those tickets. The New York City date is April 4th. That's a Friday, April 4th. Show is at 7 p.m. City Winery, New York City. Go ahead and save the date. Then May 2nd through the 4th, I will be in Arlington, Texas. Then June 19th through the 21st, I will be in Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore. I don't know. Baltimore. I want to say Baltimore. I want to pronounce every single syllable, and I want to hit every single consonant hard. Baltimore. But not the Baltimore. See, I can't even let it roll. Not the Baltimore people. The Baltimore. June 19th through the 21st, I will be in Baltimore, Maryland. And then we got a huge gap that will be filled up as we continue to live out the year. I'll have so many more dates. And guys, just know I see all the cities you guys are asking for. Some are more likely than others, but I see them, so keep submitting them, okay? Way at the end of the year. We ain't even got to think about this yet, right? Inshallah, we get there December 5th through the 7th. 5th through the 7th, I will be in Addison, Texas. The link to the tickets of all of those dates that I just said, they're in the details of this podcast. So if you're interested, go ahead, peruse the details, get that link, get those tickets. I'll see you guys there while I have you. While I have you guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you already subscribed, thank you. Go ahead and share this with someone reasonable, or someone that tends to be unreasonable, and you're like, yo, what I need for you is just, I need you to move a couple of notches over on that spectrum of reason, because you've been showing up in the world quite unreasonable, and I need that to change. So here, listen to this woman. Listen to this smart, humorous, charismatic, relatable woman. And let's move your reasonable notches a couple more down. Okay? So share that. And if you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, because I'm a human with an ego. And when people like me and what I do, it feels good. Is it going to stop me if you don't? No. Let's call this the bipolar episode. Do not email me or put in a comment, I'm bipolar, and don't. Oh, I'm going to go on a rampage. And we already shaky legs. We already Little Forrest Gump in 2025. Legs ain't strong, so don't come over here with the BS, okay? All right, so what's up with Z? Oh my God. I didn't even plan a what's up with Z. I went to Thailand. I ain't even going to ask y'all if this is reasonable, because I already know it's unreasonable. So one of my favorite things, I had a couple of favorite things when I visited Thailand. I visited a couple of different cities in Thailand. And when I first got to Bangkok, I went on a bike tour. It was basically called bike ride, cycling around the real Bangkok, right? And I really enjoyed this tour. But what I really enjoyed about the tour, beyond what I learned and what I saw, was the actual tour guide. What was her name? It was a woman. It was Eva. I think her name was Eva. Anyway, Eva had this slogan, forgive me because I'm going to imitate Eva and I'm not going to do her accent justice, but I'm doing it with love. I'm not doing it poking fun at her. Eva is giving us the rundown, right? What not to do and what to do while we on the bikes, right? She said, this not like your country. That's what she kept saying. This not like your, when she first said it, I was like, oh, okay, it's not, okay. I mean, I ain't think this, but she kept reiterating it. She said, we on bike. This not for exercise. This sightseeing. You not go fast. You not go fast. This not exercise. This not, oh, I need to get fit. This sightseeing. We stop. We take pictures. We ride through people home. You take picture. They smile good. They no smile, no good. Say sorry. Get on bike. This not like your country. Let me tell you, I loved her. I loved her because I realized that every time she said, this not like your country, she wasn't saying it just because she wanted to say it. She was saying it because she does this tour twice a day, every day for however many years she's been doing this tour. And she has had people on this tour to do shit, and they think that it's okay to do what they doing because they live in some other part of the world, and you do that shit in some other part of the world. But she was trying to let us know that when we on the bikes in Bangkok, this not like your country. This not like your country. She said, cars not stop. You have to look. You have to watch. You have to look. Cars not stop. This not like your country. Red light, stop. But car, no stop. This not like your country. You know how we be having the privilege of a pedestrian has the right of way in the United States of America? That's why people just be walking in the street. You better not hit me. You ever been on a highway, on a freeway, and see somebody just, and all the cars just stop? One, because we're not murderers. But two, because that person knows they ain't going to hit me. Ain't no reasonable person going to hit me. Ain't nobody in their right mind going to hit me. Because they know the law is on my, as much as I ain't got no right crossing, as much as I ain't got no right being in the street, they still in the court of law going to be held accountable for hitting me. But in Bangkok, oh, no. This not like your country. This not like your country. She said, we share road. It's no bike lane. It's no bike lane. Not like your country. There's no bike lane. That's what she kept saying. It's no bike lane. It's no bike lane. She said single file like train. She made it so easy for everybody to understand. Like a train, right? You don't never see one train is side by side. No, the train cars is one behind the other. She said you go one, you stay one behind the other. You with your friend, you cannot talk. You stop, we sightsee, you talk. When you ride bike, she doing all the movements. When you ride bike, one behind the other, you cannot ride with your friend. This not like your country. This sightseeing. She said, because we share road. That's the point. It ain't because she trying to keep you from your friend. It ain't because this ain't supposed to be a fun tour. But it's we share the road. Not only are we sharing the road with motorbikes and cars and people, but we're also in Bangkok. There are in all of Thailand. The alleys are very small. The streets are very small. We're sharing. It ain't, you cannot fit, you damn near can't fit one American car through an alley in Thailand, let alone so it's like, so we share, it's this oncoming traffic. This is traffic that's going with you. This is everybody. So you got to do it the way I'm telling y'all to do it, not just for your safety, but also so that we can continue to operate the bike tour. She give us all the rules. She say this not like your country about 92 times. She say it so much, I'm saying it to y'all. It's unforgettable to me. I wanted her to do a whole stand-up set because this is how much I was enjoying it. Now, if y'all can't ascertain this yet, I was the only black person on the tour. I was not the only American, but I think there was like one or two other Americans, but it was mostly Australians, Dutch, and one other was close to the Swedish people. And not that there are not the African diaspora in those places, but I was the only person. You know, it's always one white person. It's like, well, actually, I'm from South Africa. Shut your ass up. I was the only person of color besides the people giving the tour. She said, "This is not like your country." I heard her. It stayed with me. Don't you know when we started that bike tour, how many of them white people y'all think did not pay attention to nothing she said? How many? How many of them, y'all? Guess in the comments. Guess. How some of them, like there was a family, nice family in the front. I think they were like the Swedish people. They paid it. They were very, you know, but for the most part, none of them people listen. None of them. So as I'm riding behind some of them and they riding side by side, I was like, and this is what I know is unreasonable, you guys. Forgive me. I had to ask Allah for forgiveness for my thoughts. Cause I said, I hope one of them just come on, car, and hit them. I wanted a car to, this sound crazy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say this to you guys at the top of the year. But this, I'm telling y'all, some old. These thoughts ain't in the new year. This is an old thought from 2024, okay? But I was riding my bike like, ooh, I hope a car hit. I just need a car to hit one of them. And not to kill them. I ain't wanted to kill her. I just wanted it to shake them. You know, like a car hit them, or a motorbike, knock them off the bike. They scared. They adrenaline is high. Their heart is beating. They so scared they don't know what happened. Everybody else on the tour is like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then I wanted her to just get off her bike and be like, I told you this not like your country. This not like your country. Now, if I was an American white woman, I would have told everybody that was not riding in line like a train. I would have probably rode up to everybody and be like, excuse me, did you not hear her say this is not like your country? You think she did that entire spiel for nothing? This is not like your country. Please single file the bikes and let's ride in line like a train, like she said. If I was a white woman in America, because I'm a black American and it's been ingrained. Let me stay out these people's business. I mean, I do hope he get hit by a car, but let me stay out these people's business. Has that ever happened to y'all? You just witness stupidity. You witness a blatant disregard for a very clear request, a very clear and reasonable request. Because it's also about cultural respect, right? It's like, yeah, the reason why our bike tour is able to operate is because everybody in this community is in sync. And so the moment y'all do stuff to take us out of sync, then they not going to be open to having our bike tour ride through their markets, ride through their businesses. They're not going to be respectful when we got to stop traffic, for a whole 4 minutes so that the entire freaking tour can get through a busy ass intersection. This all works when we all have respect for one another, when we're in sync. And so if you come here not paying attention to what I'm saying, then you take us... then you take us out of sync. What don't you get about that? Was my thoughts unreasonable, you guys? Has that ever happened to you? I enjoyed Thailand. No, I don't need to go back, but I definitely enjoyed it. It's one of those things, like, I'm happy to say that I did it. It was a very far trip. Too far. When you go, but on the way back, I stopped in South Korea and I saw my nieces and niece and nephew, and my brother and his wife, and that was really nice. But it's really far to travel. Before planes, how would I have ever seen an Asian person before a plane? Because it would have taken too long. By boat? Oh, no. No. It's too much. Anyway, okay. Main topics. I would like some transition music, right? In between, like, What's Up with Z, Main Topics, and then Ask Z, right? We should have like some transition music. Ain't any creatives out there that want to submit, I don't know, a transition, whether it be like visual or audio. If you do, hit me up, put it in the comments, or send it to ZainabComedyVIP@gmail.com, and it's going to be on the show. And you're going to be responsible for it. And everybody that enjoys it, we're going to be like, shout out to you, whoever you are. Anyway, main topic, Wicked. Here's my take on Wicked. I really believe we got to be honest. Let me tell you what. Okay, so watching the play, watching Wicked, the Broadway musical, it does not have. I never read the book. My only experience with Wicked is I saw the Broadway musical. I actually did not see it on Broadway. I saw it in London. I saw it when it opened up in London, however many years ago. It was when I was in college, and it was phenomenal. Like I told you guys, at that intermission when she sang "Defying Gravity," I did not want to leave my seat. Normally, when I'm at a show, when I'm in theater, especially a musical, I can't wait for the intermission. Cannot wait for the intermission. She sang "Defying Gravity." I did not leave. I was ready for more. I did not want to leave my seat. And then I saw the movie starring Cynthia Erivo and, oh my God, Ariana Grande. So I did not read the book. So I don't know what's in the book. And I'm not going to read the book probably. For anybody that's like, Americans, not even going, it's a book out there, you're not going to read it. This not like your I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt. This not like your country. So I'm not sure if the movie took some licenses that are not in the play, but they do exist in the book. I'm not sure. In the movie, spoiler alert, this is why I tried to give you guys time. If you ain't seen it by now, you probably not really that invested anyway. So this is okay. Like, you might see it in your life, but you don't really care. So the story of Wicked, right, is these two unlikely people become friends. Elphaba, which is Cynthia Erivo's character, the green character, and Ariana Grande's character, which is Glinda. Right? You know, in the Wizard of Oz, it's called Glinda the Good Witch. So in a Wicked, they kind of show you how she goes from Galinda, which was her given name, to Glinda, right? It's a very shallow, stupid, funny way, but whatever. So Galinda is Glinda the Good Witch, right? And Elphaba is the Wicked Witch of the West, right? The green witch that was on a broom in the Wizard of Oz. And so Wicked shows you how she became green. The way she became green is because the mother was cheating on the father, and she was cheating on the father with who everybody is speculating that it was the Wiz, but we don't know that yet. Not the Wiz, the Wizard. Everybody's speculating that it was the Wizard, but we don't know that yet. That's what everybody's saying. But there's no indication of that in the play. Like I said, I don't know about the book. There's no indication of that in the play. And people are like, oh, it was a silhouette of Jeff Goldblum and a whatever. I don't know that to be true. The mama had the guy she was cheating with. One night when they was together, he brought over a potion. She drank the potion. The potion was green. She drank the potion. They doing it. She got pregnant by him. Baby came out green. The husband so surprised that the baby came out green that when she get pregnant again with his baby, he make her take milk flowers to try to prevent this new baby from coming out green. Now she taking so many milk flowers, she eating so many milk flowers or drinking so much milk flower tea, did the baby, what's her name, Nessa Rose, come out handicapped. She come out disabled. Now here's my problem. Then for years, the father hated the green baby, hated Elphaba because she was different. They didn't know what was wrong with Elphaba, why she was green. So she was basically taken out of the castle, raised by the animals. And then the other daughter, he's so scared because the other daughter going to come out green. He got her drinking milk flour tea. When the mother could have just been like, listen, I was fucking off. I was being a whore. I was sleeping around, and this is why the baby green. But don't worry, this is your baby. This baby not about to be green because you ain't give me no potion. If she would have just told the truth, if the mother would have just told the truth, then Elphaba would not have been cast out her entire life. And therefore unaware of her powers, unaware of her, we could avoid all of this. The other daughter, at least, I don't know if she would have been born handicapped anyway. I don't know. But it definitely wouldn't have been because of the milk flowers. If the mama would have just told the truth, listen, I'm gonna just tell y'all, I don't have no plans on cheating on my husband if I ever do get a husband. I don't got no plans on cheating on him. But if I do cheat on him and my baby come out with spots for some reason, and then I have another baby, I'm not about to take remedies for the spots. I know where the spots came from. I'm be like, listen, I really never in my life planned to cheat on you, but this baby is not your baby. That's why the baby look different from you. So you don't got to give me, I'm not taking none of that so this baby don't come out looking like that because that baby is another man's baby. I don't need to do nothing. This is your baby. This baby going to come out looking exactly what you got. This is what this baby going. I don't got to take none of that. What you trying to give me, a milk flour? No. I don't need to drink that. A tea? Oh, no. I know why that baby look like that because that baby ain't your baby. But instead, the mother just allowed her daughter to be abused for her entire life, cast out for a choice that the mother made. You the one out here sleeping around, playing with a man with a green potion. Who told you to do that? The whole time, as good as Wicked is, the movie, as good as it is, I was in that theater pissed. This lying ass mama. And I'm telling you, every movie that I've seen, where there's some adultery, there's some cheating happen, there's some infidelity, and then people start dying or bad stuff start happening. Everybody be thinking they could just keep covering up and the lie get big and big. It's like, yo, you better off. All them fatal attractions, if you would have just told your partner from day one, oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I stepped out. I flirted with somebody. I slept with somebody. I kissed somebody. And here's the thing. I understand if you never forgive me, but right now we got to band together because they're crazy. They're crazy. And it's only, so we could all just wait. I could keep lying and everybody could die. Or I could tell you the truth now, save ourselves, and possibly we could get in couples therapy. Everybody be trying to hide it, and it never gets better. That's the whole point of the movie. You think you could just make the person that you cheated with just go away, and then they just keep coming back crazier and crazier. That's my take on Wicked. Yeah. Okay. Kendrick Lamar and Andrew Schultz. Kendrick Lamar and Kendrick. Go Kendrick. Yo, that album came out at the end of the year, and still it was in my Apple Music #1 most played. That's crazy. How you come out 3 days before the year is over and you and everybody's most played? That's crazy. There's a podcast hosted by two black British guys, and it got very popular. I don't know the name of the podcast. I never listened to the podcast. I never even stopped at a clip. Like, I would see their clips on TikTok, but I just never stopped at a clip. I had a clip. I guess I never heard a quick enough soundbite that had me interested. That's not personal. That's just a fact. And they came to the United States, and they did a couple of things. Whatever, it doesn't matter. They were on Andrew Schultz's podcast. Andrew Schultz is a comedian out of New York City. And yeah, and I think for the most part, most of his comedy, I would describe his comedy style as like a shock jock, like I wouldn't say he's not a funny guy or he's not a good comedian, but I think at some point, and this is just my opinion. I don't really. When I was first starting to do stand up, I was one of the people who were passed pretty early at the Comedy Cellar in New York, and so I did run into Andrew Schultz a good amount of times before he kind of like blew up. And I think that there are things, really, really positive things to be taken away from his career trajectory. Anywho, but I think as he exists in the world of comedy today, it's definitely like the best way to describe it is like, in Kanye's NIGGAS in Paris, when he said, 'cause it's provocative. Like, sometimes things are said simply because they're provocative, not because they're well thought out, not because they're funny, but because they will get a lot of traction. So yes. So Andrew Schultz had these Black British podcast boys on his podcast, and they were talking about the Black girlfriend effect. And the Black girlfriend effect was something that was trending on TikTok at some point last year. And it was like all of these non-Black guys who had gotten these Black girlfriends, they looked much better once they were in that relationship. So they started off looking like square, like couldn't dress, didn't have a good haircut, looking corny, wouldn't nobody like them. And then a couple of months into them being with their Black girlfriend, they done glowed up, right? And so they were talking about this Black girlfriend effect. And then Andrew Schultz launches into his, I imagine he thought it was funny, bit about the Black girlfriend effect is actually like them yelling at you or complaining, and so you lose your hair and all of this type of stuff. And he basically just really, really like aggressively forced and doubled down on the trope of the angry Black woman. Anywho, so fast forward, and those podcast guys, they got a lot of backlash because while he was doing that, they never pushed back on it. And then they had a couple of other controversial things when they came here having to do with their position, the way they speak about or their intentions for Black women, and that's the majority of their audience. That's the reason why they had such a big their podcast was so successful. So I'm giving y'all all of that backstory. So now Kendrick Lamar comes out with the album GNX, right? The first song I believe is Wiped Out Murals. I love that song. I'll be listening to it over and over and over. It's Wiped Out Murals. And I believe on that song, I'm almost positive it's on that song where he says, and I quote, don't let no white comedian talk about no Black woman. That's law, right? And then Andrew Schultz, listen, I don't even think they pressed all the records yet before Andrew Schultz decided to come out and be like, dude, you can't take a joke. But then not only... So he basically just assumed that Kendrick Lamar was talking about him. And there's that Southern saying, a hit dog hollers, right? And so he definitely felt hit and he hollered, but very quickly, right? But then he went a step further, and in his, I guess, second attempt at being funny, he said that because Kendrick Lamar is so much smaller than him in size, that if they were in a room together or in a cell together, that he would rape Kendrick Lamar.
Rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are.
So here's what I want to say, because I don't think that I don't think that there's any like this is very obvious, right? But what nobody in all the takes and all of the, because my friends have been sending me, my guy friends, my male Black friends have sent me so many videos and things like that on this particular topic, because they be loving like the hip hop of it all and whatever, and the beef of it all and the battle of it all, and like who's right and who's blah blah blah. And it hit me as I was watching the video, like, because everybody's like, he felt guilty. But it's like, actually, just like grammatically in the sentence, Kendrick Lamar was not actually talking to Andrew Schultz. Or because Andrew, that's what a lot of people were saying, like, oh, there's so many white guys. Like, this is like white boy comedy. White boy comedy is like to punch down on any marginalized community, right? Any community where people are not, may not be as protected as them. This is like white boy comedy at this point, right? Especially the ones who are trying to maintain a certain audience, a certain level of popularity, aren't that great, et cetera, et cetera. This is like their thing, right? And so there's a lot of them. And so people were like, well, so why would he even say something? Because there's any one of the white guys out there could have been like, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember in Life when it's like, who's the pappy? And everybody's like, I'm the pappy of that there, baby. Remember that? It's like so many of them could have raised their hands. So people was like, well, why did Andrew Schultz say something? And I was like, well, why did Andrew Schultz say anything? Because he actually wasn't talking to Andrew Schultz. If you listen to the sentence, he's saying, don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. He ain't talking to the white comedian. He's talking to the person that's letting. He's saying, don't let. You ever read an interview? You ever read a written interview and they'll have what the person is saying and then they'll have in quotes the missing information so that you know exactly who the subject matter is? He's talking to us. He's talking to all of the people who are of the African diaspora that claim that they have pride, they claim that they are for their community, they claim that they are for their culture. He is talking to us. Don't sit there and let. Don't sit there and let. If you're, the best way that I can describe this is if your father says, don't let no criminal in my house. He ain't talking to the criminal. He's talking to whoever he's talking to whoever the person is that's trying to let the criminal in the house, right? So when Kendrick Lamar said, don't let no white comedian. Now, yeah, sometimes you do get a bullet by way of somebody else, right? So yeah, you're going to feel it. But he wasn't actually talking to you. He was actually talking to the podcasters. He was talking to those two guys and any other guys that sit on a couch across from somebody that's saying some foul shit about the women that you claim to love and protect, the women who support you. That's who he's talking to you. Don't let them do it. But nobody is like actually looking at like the language of it all. You know what I'm saying? And that's what will show you what's so delusional. Not even Andrew Schultz. He like, damn, he wasn't even really talking. He was talking about me, but he wasn't talking to me. I mean, I'm in there because I be doing this dumb shit. I'm in there, but he ain't talking to me. He telling them, don't let me do it. Now, I could say I could do it if I want to. But damn, I jumped out on this ledge so fast because I really, you know what I'm saying? I really want to keep this thing going with Kendrick because it's like, when am I ever going to be in headlines with Kendrick Lamar? When am I ever going to share the headline with the biggest artist in the world right now? When's that ever going to happen? So let me jump out and cap it. And it's like, oh shit, fuck it. He wasn't even talking to me. He was talking to them because they had let me do it. So he was telling them, don't let nobody do that. That's law. Here's the other thing. When he said, it's kind of crazy to watch. I don't know if you guys have seen this clip. He has people who are on the podcast with him. I don't know their names. The only one that I know is Akash. And I don't know him like personally, like not really. I really don't know him. We shot one like MTV or VH, like we shot like a pilot some years ago together. And that was my interaction. That was, I think, the totality of my interaction with Akash. Akash is like the brown guy. I believe he's Indian. He sits on a couch with, he's like a co-host or something on the podcast. He laughing hard. He laughing hard when Andrew is like, if it's me and Kendrick in a room, he's small, I'm gonna rape him. He laughing so hard, and I'm like, but you the same size as Kendrick. So that means if y'all ever had odds and you in a room alone with him, he gonna rape you too. You know, you ever been in a conversation with somebody and they making fun of somebody and you laughing hard and then they say some shit that apply to you? If I was sitting, I'm only going to say Candace Owens because she's a very easy like target. she's such a nuanced individual. I kind of hate to talk because whatever, it don't matter. But Candace Owens is like is somebody that a lot of people knows, and most people feel a very specific way about her. So if I'm in a conversation and somebody is just going in on Candace Owens, right? Let's say whoever, it don't even matter their cultural makeup. Let's say they going, but they not black, right? They not a black woman, right? And they say they going in on her. They saying all the reasons why she don't be making sense, why she stepping fetching, while she doing this, all the reasons why she is unreasonable, right? And then on top of that, they be like, in this black bitch, I'm gonna have to be like, if they like in her black ass, oh, wait a second. I thought we was making fun of what she was saying and like her politics, and I thought we was, but you got a problem with her being a black woman? Oh no, I'm a black woman. I got to step out of this conversation. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's sitting there, dying laughing. Dying laughing as if he's not the same size as Kendrick Lamar. So you got to really pay attention to what people say. Oh, so if all fails, you're going to rate me just because I'm smaller than you? And now that should help any guy that was not clear on why women said, I'd rather be in the forest with a bear versus a man. When someone who the public has deemed to be very good at their art form immediately jumps to rape, and they talk about another man just simply because he's smaller than, like, that's it. It was based simply on size. Well, now you know why women don't want to be in the forest with a bear or a man, but definitely not a man. Okay. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, okay. The Megans. Ow. Not that Megan. So Megan McCain is mad at, not personally, because like I don't even think they know each other, but she basically hit the media was like, oh, Megan McCain is slamming Megan Markle. Megan Markle got a show coming out on Netflix. It's a cooking show. And Megan McCain is like, how dare you? It's 2 wars happening in the world. It's so much disarray. I don't know how Megan McCain sounds. It's so much disarray. There's so many awful things, which is true. And you to release a show that's so tone deaf. What's Megan Markle supposed to do? I'm going to talk about this in 2 ways. I mean, it's Netflix that decided to release the show. They could have been, you know how many shows they decline? You know how many ideas they be like, nah, we're going to pass on that one. Even people that have deals, Netflix can still say, nah, that's not the one that we want you to do. I don't know. But most people don't have carte blanche. Most people, they have the deal and Netflix still got to be like, okay, cool, that's the one we want. So first of all, that's on Netflix, Megan McCain. But also, what you want Megan Markle? She in her nice big old kitchen with a bunch of celebrities cooking. What you want her to do? What do you think that woman can do? This happens to me. So this happened New Year's Eve in my New Year's Eve show, but this happens often. People yell like there's so much happening in the world. There is. And it sucks. It's bad. It's awful. But people still have to live their lives, you guys. In the same way that you're living your life. Like Megan McCain, I'm sure you went to the grocery store. You ain't going on no hunger strike because of the 2 wars. Right? You ain't going on no hunger strike. So why can't Megan Markle, it's tone deaf, but what? She did an interview with Oprah and said that the queen was trying to check the baby's ears. The queen asked how dark the baby was going to be. If we don't expect nothing else from her, we got to expect the tone to be deaf. She told Oprah she didn't know she was black until somebody had called her mother the N-word. name is Megan Tone Deaf Markle. So the fact that you would expect anything different from her, but also what is she supposed to do except what's in her wheelhouse? Her wheelhouse? Is it wheelhouse or wheelhouse, you guys? What's she supposed to do? I know people come to my shows all the time, and sometimes they praise me for speaking about Palestine. Sometimes they are upset because I haven't spoke enough about it. But it's like I still have to do the show. And you came to the show. And hundreds of other people came to the show, and there's so many. It's like two things can be true at the same time. Something so unfortunate. I just told you, I just started the podcast with a man drove his motor vehicle into a group of pedestrians, just bringing in you know how awful that is to be 3 hours into the new year. 2025, my year. I'm going to do things different. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to do this. I can't wait. I'm on my way to college, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then out of nowhere, for no reason, you lose your life or you lose a limb because somebody wanted to drive their truck into that's. But what now? All them businesses on Bourbon Street supposed to close? This is two things are always true at the same time. Always. And they tend to be really, really messed up and really, really great. And that's just life. Nebraska Senator Deborah Fisher. So, okay. February 6th, I'm about to say something crazy. If somebody isolates this, it's going to be the end of me. But I realized that February 6th, in a way, was a good thing. February 6th, 2021 was when they stormed the Capitol. What they did wasn't good. That was just outright terrible, right? As much as they trying to change the narrative now. Like, no, it was no. But it actually made most of us, it definitely made me watch the electoral college vote on February 6th, which I ain't never done in my life. I'm be honest with y'all. I ain't even know they did. Like, I knew the votes got counted, but I didn't know that they did it like that. But we'd have never known. Now I never understood. I'm being vulnerable, you guys. So don't be in my comments like, you so whatever. Cause it's like, I'm kind of vocal about what I don't know and what I don't plan on knowing and what I know and how I found out. I'm pretty vocal about that because I feel like either y'all got the information, y'all need the information, or y'all just like me, just trying your best, right? But some of y'all be in the comments like, It's like, why are you here? Do you subscribe just to be irritated by me? Why are you here? So I'm admitting this to you guys. Back in 2020, I did not understand why. I understood why Trump was so mad at former Vice President Michael Pence. I understood why, because it's like he would not say that the election was stolen, right? But I didn't understand why he was mad at Mike Pence specifically. But now watching Kamala have to count all of those votes and certify the election, the results, now I understand, Mike Pence was the person in position. It could have been like, nope. As much as it would not have been valid, but but we would have never known that because ain't nobody ever watching that them certified. I don't even know if it was ever televised, but now because of the catastrophe of January 6, 2021, now it's a day that we know. Now it's solidified in history. This is the day that they do that. Let me tell you, I know why it was never televised or people don't watch it. It's boring. I said, let me watch this. They say the same thing over and over. They say the same exact thing over and over for every single state. Let me tell y'all about a fourth A state. I said, oh, because they're going alphabetical order. I said, oh my God. How many states do we got starting with an A? Oh my God. It's been 15 minutes. We ain't get to California or Colorado. Nothing yet. Oh my God. This is so, we got, how many states we got? 50. Oh my God. Oh my God. Boring. Okay. Boring. Anywho, at the end of that, Vice President Kamala Harris goes to shake the hand of Nebraska Senator, Republican Senator Deborah Fisher. She goes to shake her husband's hand. I don't know his name, and I'm not going to look. And she's nudging him, like, say hi to the vice president. And he does not. I think he, like, shakes his hand, but he don't shake her hand. And Kamala was like, I'm going to play the video. Here we go.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for your work. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, sure. Okay.
That way just a little bit. There you go. Thank you so much.
Yo, the way Kamala was like, oh, that's how I felt when I told you I met Michelle and the Three Amigas was like, who are you? Yo, that is me. That was me, y'all. That was me. Oh, all right. Well, let me get up out of here. Unsportsmanlike conduct. And it's some people that's like, well, he had a cane in one hand and a Bible in the other hand. First of all, why are you walking around with a Bible, sir? We are on the Senate floor, I think, or whatever. Wherever we at, there's multiple Bibles, sir. You're walking around with a Bible. If you ain't a pastor and you ain't on your way to church or coming from church and you walking around with you know they ain't living right. You gotta hold the Bible. Oh no. You ain't living right. And you ain't Denzel in the book of Eli. What you got this Bible? Whatever, it don't matter. She took the Bible. She took the Bible. He put his hand in his Bible. So this was blatant. There's no excuse. This was blatant. He did not want to shake Kamala's hand, which is fine. You know, you don't want to do something and he's not in office, right? He's just the husband. He just the husband, but he did embarrass his wife. This is why I doubt he ever played sports. Because this is why I think like team sports is really good. This is something that team sports teaches you. At the end of the game, whether you whether you got your ass, but like, don't matter how you win or lose, at the end of the game, you got to line up and you got to go shake the other team's hand. And you shaking the other team's hand don't mean I like you. It don't mean that we not rivals for the rest of our life. It don't mean none of that. It just means this match has come to an end. That's it. And we going to be cordial and we going to act with decorum, the decorum that this place requires. So we thought. That's out the window, y'all, because them 2025 legs shaky. Shaky like Forrest when he had them braces on his legs. Shaky. That's what we need to call 2025. Run, Forrest, run. Okay, what else? This is a long episode. Y'all want to watch Denzel get his presidential Medal of Freedom? It's the highest medal that a civilian can receive. Y'all want to watch it? Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
Denzel Washington.
Where do Biden be looking? It's like he there, but he not there. He is there. You could tell he there, but he not there. Denzel don't never wear a tie. Denzel said, this is all leisure for me. Y'all in here stuffy with your suits and ties. No. I'm an actor. This is leisure for me. Denzel, when y'all say, I ain't never seen Denzel with a tie. One time he wore a bow tie when he played Malcolm X, but I ain't never seen Denzel with a tie. He said, no, I'm going to put on this suit jacket and this T-shirt, And he said, I'm sure if they panned down, Denzel got on sneakers. Denzel said, I am 70 years old. If you think I'm going to put on a hard bottom and not a Merrill. That was my dad. When my dad was getting older, he was loving a Merrill sneaker. I said, at least go back to the New Balances. He was like, no. These Merrills. I'm standing a lot. These Merrills. Denzel look good with that salt and pepper though, right? Okay, enough.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is awarded to Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is considered one of the greatest actors of our time.
Okay, so Hillary, I'm looking at the people in the background. Hillary already got her medal. It's like, yo, when you be getting older, why you be looking so small? It's like we shrink. It's like we literally go back into being babies. She looks so small in that seat. Magic Johnson is back there. I guess he got his medal. So it's a lot of people that got medals, and Denzel was the one that made the blogs.
Over 4 decades on screen and stage, his portrayals of iconic figures and everyday people have earned him
4 decades. Denzel is almost 70, more like six decades. He been acting since he was like 20 something, right? And he almost 70, or he's 70. Denzel look good. He look good. And I don't say that like, Like, I mean, like, you know, for like as he's aging, an old man. Because, you know, sometimes Denzel be out here looking like Roman J. Israel. And I be like, oh, my God, no. Give us Training Day or give us nothing. And he out here.
wide acclaim that includes 2 Academy Awards, 2 Golden Globes, and a Tony Award so far.
What happened?
The admiration of audiences and peers is only exceeded by that of the countless young people he inspires. With unmatched dignity, extraordinary talent, and unflinching faith in God and family, Denzel Washington himself is a defining character of the American story.
I would not trust. Let me shut up. I'm about to say, let me shut up, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I would not trust Biden to stand behind me and put nothing behind my neck. Look at him. Biden don't know what to do. He said, where's Denzel going? Denzel said, I'm going to get up. Because I done let you, I done held you up for this minute and 30 seconds, but you didn't sit down. Denzel probably told you got to sit down. You got these people making you stand up. You got to sit down. Denzel's probably like, I could be president. No, I can't. That's nice. That's nice. I'm going to just go into an Ask Z now because I feel like after we watch that, why would we jump into some also bad stories? No, I'm going to say this last story. The postal employee, I don't really know why they keep saying he's a postal employee. I mean, he probably did work for the post office, but I'm not sure. Was he on his lunch or did he have like his postal uniform? I don't know why that's leading the story, but it's unfortunate. It's breaking news. It broke the other day. New York City postal worker stabbed to death over spot in deli line. So I think these stories are still unfolding, and this was like local news, and then a lot of people was like recapping the story on social media. Apparently, this man was in line at the corner store, and They was ordering sandwiches, and I think he skipped the girl. I don't know what happened, but they got into like a shouting match over their places in line. And then she allegedly spit on him, and people was trying to keep them apart. And I think after she spit on him, he may have shoved her or something like that. I don't know whatever happened. It went from them going into that store to get lunch to her stabbing him to death, her being led out with cuffs and him losing his life. And this is why, like, this is the reason why I started this podcast, actually, because I really do mean that when I say, like, if we could just take just 1 second when and I know how it could be so hard because you so in your shit. But if we could just take 1 second and ask ourselves, am I being reasonable? Is this worth it? You know, like, I think that if we have moments before big moments and we could just flash a couple of moments into the future, like, oh, you know, almost like, what was that Raven Simone show where she could see the future a little bit? And it's like, oh, okay, we shouldn't do that because this is going to lead to, it's like, this is such a sad story. Knowing nothing about, this is not even me judging them, their characters or anything, but like something so small, a place in line. Yo, I travel so much. People violate my personal space so much when I'm traveling. I be like, oh, you clearly need to get there. I'm not about to fight you over a parking spot. I'm not about to fight you. And sometimes inside I'm boiling. I'm boiling because you can just feel so disregarded. You can feel so small. You can feel powerless. And all you want to do is feel power again. You want to feel like you have some control, some right to your existence. But if you knew that fight was going to end in your death, I'm sure. I mean, this sounds like if they had no prior interactions with one another, like their paths. I know people are saying like this is their neighborhood store. They both visited often. But if they had no beef whatsoever, I don't know. I feel like facts of this story are still unfolding. But he ain't no longer here to tell his side. And that's so sad. I bet. And I'm not at all saying that it's his fault. Clearly, if he ain't never had any interaction with this person and they stabbed him to death, it's like, yo, you mentally ill. You mentally ill. That don't mean you ain't gonna be held accountable. That don't mean that you can't. You gotta go sit down. But you come on. Somebody in line and you feeling like you got to stab. That's crazy. Literally, it's crazy. So this is why I say, like, try your best. Take a moment. Take a moment and be like, is this reasonable? Is it reasonable for me to be in here? Even if you just arguing, even if you just shouting at the top of my lungs because somebody skipped me. No, it's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it. It's never, ever worth it. Now, if somebody stole your kid and you got to go look for you, now I got to die for that's worth it. That's worth it. But your spot in line, I don't care what it's for. That's why I'm not even saying for a sandwich. I don't even care that it's just for a sandwich. Your spot in line, I don't care if it was for something extravagant. I don't care. It's not worth your life. So, use this as a cautionary tale, unfortunately. Take a second in moments where the instinct is to like stand your ground, fight, whatever, and be like, wait a second. Does this need to be this? Does this need to go like this? Or else. All right, Ask Z. Ask Z. What y'all asking me this week? Let's read our Ask Z. Let's see. On Ask Z this week, our Ask Z comes from, we gonna call him or her or them. We gonna call them Madden, okay? Like football, Madden. Ask Z. I already know this is completely unreasonable, but that's how I be sounding with y'all. I know it was unreasonable, but here's what it was. I already know this is completely unreasonable, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on this. My friend, in parentheses, they put 17. So I'm assuming that the friend is 17 years old. So the person writing this is probably also 17 or around that age. My friend, 17, had a couple of friends over at his place. They, the friends, parked in the driveway in front of the house. My friend's mom had been out running errands, and when she returned, she pulled back into the driveway. So there's cars of the friends parked in the driveway. The mom who was out running errands, she comes back, she pulls up into the driveway, right? When she pulls up into the driveway, she hits one of the friends' car. The damage was significant enough that insurance had to be involved. Damn, how was the how fast was she? How big is this driveway and how fast was she going? But whatever. Naturally, one would think that my friend's parents would pay for the damages. I mean, you're right. Naturally, one would think. Naturally, one would think that my friend's parents would pay for the damages. Instead, my friend's father, so the father, the man of the house, gives the friend who had his friends over a choice. Instead, my friend's father gave him a choice. He can either pay for the damage or he will be taken off of his parents' insurance. This is completely unreasonable, but I think the most unreasonable person in the situation is the mom for even allowing the dad to even give the son the ultimatum when she was the one who hit the friend's vehicle. This is strange. You see, it ain't no question because at the top of the Ask Z, he was already like, I already know this is unreasonable, but I just want to hear your thoughts. So my thoughts are, it's strange. It's really strange. Because sometimes we know our people. I feel like I say this a lot in the Ask Z's. Like, we know our people, and if we just take a second to know our people, it's like, this sound really like the mom is unreasonable and the father is unreasonable, right? But here's the thing. If your parents are unreasonable, it don't really happen out of nowhere. You kind of know your parents are unreasonable. So if you know that your mama ain't a mama that's going to take responsibility if something happened to these cars in the driveway, then you got to make sure your friends don't park in the driveway. Now, here's the thing. I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just saying sometimes we got to be preventative, right? But okay, we couldn't be preventative. This thing has already happened. It happened. What do we do about it? The father comes out and is like, oh no, dang, look what you did. They got to call insurance. Insurance is going to take care of it. But no, you got to pay. Now, here's the thing. I think that there are some parents, like my father would have probably been this type of father. Like, this is like a growing up lesson, right? I'm trying to be really rational, but I think if I was the mama, I would have just, it's like I hit the person's car out of nowhere. Now, unless I told you, here's the only way, I'm going to keep this quick actually. It's unreasonable. You're right, Madden. It is completely unreasonable. Only way it's not unreasonable is if the mama told your friend over and over and over, when you have your friends over here, do not let them park in my driveway. If the mama ever said that to the friend, I keep telling you, when your friends come over here, I don't want them parking in my driveway, okay? I pay for this house. Me and your father done got this house the way we like this house. This driveway is for us. And every time your friends are over here, you let them park in the driveway, and now I got to look for parking. So no. So she probably came back running errands, probably getting y'all all the stuff that y'all needed for the get together, about to make some food. She out there running errands. All she want to do is come home and pull right into her driveway. Cause I just don't understand how you could pull in the driveway so fast and hit another car and it be enough damage where insurance has to be involved. That sounds like, I almost want you, Madden, to include a picture of the damage. But she probably was like, unreasonable. Either way, it's unreasonable. But she probably was like, oh shit, these goddamn teenagers is in my driveway again. And then she pulled up and was like, F it. And because she done told your friend over and over and over again, she don't want his friends parking in the driveway. She like, the father's like, how many times she told you? We spoiled you too much. We got you on our insurance. I told you this is the responsibility of having a car. You and your friends, y'all think y'all could just do what y'all want. Young people. So you know what? Your friend want to file an insurance claim. My insurance is going to go up because that's what's going to happen. Your parents is paying. The insurance is going to go up. Then you pay for it. And if you ain't going to pay for it, guess what? You off my insurance. So either way, you paying for it because you let your friends park in my goddamn driveway knowing goddamn well your mama out there running errands. Sometimes in life, it's good when we, as unfair as it might be, as unreasonable as we might think it is, sometimes if we're people that learn our lessons the first time, it's good to learn them early. It's good to learn them early. Because then the rest of your life, you like, oh, no, I ain't going to do that. Because remember what happened when my mama took me off the insurance and no. You know, even the friends, when they come over, they're going to be like, oh, no. We don't park in Miss So-and-so's garage, in her driveway. Oh, no. Because it's going to be a head-on collision if we park in her driveway. And then we're going to have to pay for it. So, no. Thanks for writing in, Madden. I hope my thoughts were helpful and or entertaining. That's it. That's it for this week's episode of I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson, me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I'm going to add something to the show, like another component, which is a live component that I'm going to do on the weekends. I think I'm going to call it Weekend Live, and we'll do whatever. But I don't want to commit to that yet. We'll see if it happens this weekend, right? In the meantime, stay reasonable. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.